Hello, festive ad fans! Grab yourself a mince pie or something stronger because we're about to roast, cheer and occasionally facepalm through some of this year's Christmas ads. I'm Claire Bailey, the Retail Champion, and this is the Retail Reckoning Christmas Ads 2025 Deep Dive.
Yeah, retail reckoning, no space for dusty shelves, 'cause retail reckoning owns the floor.
So, we have to start with Kevin the Carrot because he's back and it's his 10th anniversary, can you believe it? And this year, he's proposing to Katie and there's a collie dog.
Kevin's Christmas proposal had been long overdue. A few weeks later, he was on his stag do.
Hello?
Katie, it's Kelvin. We've lost Kevin.
Adorable, somewhat ridiculous. And is that going to make the kids say, "Oh, I can't eat cauliflower because it's a dog"? Or maybe like me, I can eat cauliflower because it's a dog, because I remember my dad telling me that I'd only eat carrots if he told me they were goldfish. Anyway, I digress. The teaser episode nods heavily to Love Actually when Kevin holds up cue cards outside Katie's door, reading, "To me, you are 24 carat," and then, "Merry Christmas." Cue swooning. Now, he goes off on his stag do, he ends up in a bit of a pickle at the North Pole, he gets rescued by a train which basically is the Polar Express, although obviously they've not called it that, and he arrives late to the wedding. However, there's a bit of a cliffhanger before his arrival, and it ends on one of the ads with the carrots, obviously Katie, and I'm presuming Katie's carrot father, and it ends with the statement on this dinner table, "Will they actually get married or is it too late?" Well, I think I've got a better version. I'm really sorry, ad agencies, but this one resonates with me. Will they actually get married or end up on a plate? Because seriously, the last place a carrot who wants to survive should be at Christmas is on a dinner table. Also, if you've missed this, there is a limited edition carrot gold engagement ring. Yes, Aldi have literally put a ring out. Marketing genius, pure madness, probably a bit of both. I wonder how many people will actually go to Aldi to get one and while they're there spend some money. That would be a good outcome for an advert. Next, we've got Waitrose. And it's Keira Knightley. And there's a TV version and there's sort of a YouTube version as well. So it's sort of an integrated campaign. It's quite clever.
Sussex Charmer, please.
I'm
Keira.
I'm Keira. I'm Phil. Phil.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Phil.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the cue cards, in the advert that Waitrose have put out, Keira Knightley says, "Please say you don't have cue cards." And this is a subtle and cheeky nod to Love Actually again, of course, which catapulted her to fame many years ago now, with the billboard-style expression of love from her now husband's best friend. I don't know, I love it. It's playful brand banter through storytelling. Aldi's got the carrot romance. Waitrose has a bit more sophistication and a bit of a wink. It's almost as though the supermarkets are talking to each other through Christmas ads and the billboard cue card style things. It's pretty clever. Also, because it's quite heartwarming and it does play a lot back to the original storyline of Love Actually, it's the only one that's made me well up a little bit. But then I actually love Love Actually. Moving on, we've got Sainsbury's with the BFG and a comic relief involvement. So the BFG ad is a giant-sized, heartwarming bucket of goodness. The BFG works with Annie, a store assistant, to stop the greedy giant from ruining Christmas by eating all the food. Annie invites him back for dinner with them and says there's always room for one more at Christmas because it's Christmas. Even if you're literally a giant, It's very sweet.
You haven't got room for an old sage and onions like me.
It's Christmas. We'll make room. Come on then.
Want to be ready for anything this Christmas? Ask Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's. Good food for all of us.
But what I hadn't realised when I first saw it is that this campaign ties in with Comic Relief. And Sainsbury's are also going to be delivering over 5 million meals to families at risk of food poverty this year. And it's a reminder that Christmas advertising can both be emotional storytelling and add meaningful value. In contrast, you've got Tesco with a very tongue-in-cheek, that's what makes it Christmas. I'd say it's a bit over the top, but nonetheless relatable, I'm sure. It's a bit Little Britain of Christmas ads, in that it amplifies some of the anecdotes about everything that can not be so great about hanging out with family at Christmas.
And writing Christmas cards for people you barely know.
Why are you telling people my personal business?
It's Christmas. What do you do?
He's touching me.
For getting one nice family photo.
You do a circle. It could be anything. It's a biscuit.
It celebrates funny, awkward and embarrassing family moments that happen when everyone comes together. It's kind of like a mini-series linked by the phrase or the tagline, that's what makes it Christmas. I chuckled, but it hasn't quite got the tug on the heartstrings of many of the others. I'm not sure it's going to necessarily make me want to walk into a Tesco either. Now, John Lewis advert has been heralded as really good, but I find it very confusing. What it does, it takes us to the 90s with the song Where Love Lies. A son gifts a vinyl record to his dad. The son seems a bit grumpy.
Why don't you take my hand, come away, come out of the blues.
But then Dad seems to be clearing up wrapping paper from the floor. Did he overlook the record under the tree? Did they miss the moment? I've never quite fathomed the storyline here. The ad's nostalgic and it's got some club culture and so on, and it's set to Alison Limerick. But my take, it's a bit abstract. I mean, compared to prior years, think about Man on the Moon and Hare and Bear. I can still hear in my mind's eye the Hare and Bear song, and I can still recall the Man on the Moon, but I'm not sure this one's really hitting the heartstrings in the way they did. It's definitely a mood piece over a story. I'm still scratching my head. What actually happened there? Is it emotional? Yeah? Is it a cohesive Christmas story? Take away the Christmas tree. It's just a son giving his dad a record that reminds him of his past. So that one's not really my winner, despite the fact some people are saying it's amazing. Maybe I'm just not the target market. What did make me smile? Moving slightly off retail into travel, was the TUI advert, Elves Gone Rogue. Linked to the whole elf on the shelf thing that's come about in recent years, they've gone for full-on holiday chaos. Santa's taken the day off, so the elves are hitting the beach. You see them on the flight, you see them having a massage in a cabana, you see them windsurfing, building sandcastles, and just having a lot of fun. It's laugh out loud, it's cheeky, it's kind of irrelevant, but what it does is perfection for a travel brand. It says, whilst you're sat at home in the miserable, dark, cold nights where, it's more dark than light in the daytime at the moment, it makes you think, oh, look, the sun, the sand, the sea, I wish I was there. And a lot of people are known to book holidays on Boxing Day. So I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't sort of provoke people to think, I don't want to do this again. I want to go away next year. I can't stand all these long, dark nights. And I want to have something sunny and happy to break up the winter. So I don't know, maybe that's a really genius way. It won't necessarily create immediate sales unless they've got some last-minute Christmas deals, but it might provoke people to book for next year. Then I come on to the Pandora ad. I have issues with this. For a start, it's really a bit cheesy. It starts with a mum tucking in her son, who's probably, 5 or 6?
God only knows what I'd be without.
And saying to him at bedtime, I love you to the moon and back, or words to that effect. It's very sentimental. But then, on what is said to be Christmas Eve, the little kid takes a note and goes out to what can only be described as if Disney did high streets, to a Pandora store. It's all very candy floss and pink and so on. And he hands over the note. I don't see any evidence of any money. And gets a little gift box. And he comes back with a bracelet for his mum. And it's got a moon hanging on it. It's stylised, it's beautiful, it's emotional, but it's not realistic, is it? I mean, let's face it, you do not let a small child go out to the shops on their own. And no small child can afford this. I mean, where's he got the money from? We all know that it's not the cheapest gift in the world. So the concept's adorable, but it's slightly ridiculous in practice. Again, moving away from traditional retail, I'm looking at EE. And they've got this Wi-Fi mayhem thing going on. So they're showing the chaos of family gatherings, people descending, bringing in desserts, taking off the shoes, playing games, doing all sorts of this and that. And then all of a sudden, everyone's demanding the Wi-Fi.
What's the Wi-Fi?
That's what irritates me. I say to myself, really? Can't we spend just 5 minutes offline without sulking? Why did you bother going round and visiting your family if you can't actually sit together and enjoy each other's company? But then, a boy's been practising some sign language and he gets his mum to drive him over to see a friend where he sign languages to the friend, and then you see them sitting together at their house. So it's 2 stories in one, a little bit confusing, possibly a clever tech plug, but I just find it rather rude to the hosts when everyone starts demanding Wi-Fi. It's as though, I'm bored now, get my phone out, can't be bothered to talk to you. I mean, it might be a reality of life, but it's not exactly the Christmas spirit. Next up, I'm looking at Argos, and it kind of does what it says on the tin. It starts with a guy who's not done his Christmas shopping, and somebody suggests Argos to him, and he says, "Oh, Argos, that's just toys, isn't it?"
Look who's on the naughty list. Drive.
Time we taught you a lesson.
And then 2 rather scary, militant-looking toys in the back of the car almost basically hijack him and make him drive to a sort of showroom warehouse to prove to him that Argos has got a lot more, showcasing homeware, personal care, tech, and so on. It's relatively amusing, but just really straight up. We've got everything you need type ad. It's efficient with a little bit of humour. It's very safe. One that I do like is Boots, or rather, Puss in Boots. And they've gone fairy tale.
The Snow Queen's ball? I need gifts. Mirror, mirror, where should I go?
So Puss in Boots needs to buy gifts for the Snow Queen's ball. It's quite fun. It showcases the sort of gift offerings they've got. It's relatively magical and visually rather charming. It doesn't so much reinvent the wheel, but, it's good. And it's probably one of the more cutesy, fairy tale type adverts that they've got out there this year. And to be fair to Boots, it does showcase some of the gifting products. Next up, Lidl and Asda. They're both quite similar. They're sort of showcasing value with mischief. They're keeping it simple with a little bit of cheek.
Time isn't money anymore. It's just time. And instead of thinking what we want...
Oh, the prices this year are frightful. Spenny gifts, I've seen a sightful. We're getting quite low on dough. It's a no, it's a no, it's a...
Big on value, small on mischief, little wink for the shoppers. Just really what the brands are about. No overcomplicated plot lines, solid festive fun and a smile while you shop. And they are at least showcasing product. M&S Food have got a couple out, but I like the traffic jam one. where Dawn French turns a gridlocked road into a festive feast.
I can't wait to see. Oh, how long have we been here?
Oh, I know.
They're singing Driving Home for Christmas, there's chaos on the roads, plus indulgence because they've accessed a load of M&S food and it's sort of the M&S magic. Light, playful, but what they do is showcase the food and they show us, some of the canapes in that wonderfully well-presented and well-lit way that M&S are really good at when it comes to their indulgent food advertising all year round. So it is probably another good one. So I think my favourites really, Aldi just for the sheer madness of it, Puss in Boots for the sort of big theatricals, M&S because they tell the product really, and TUI because it's a lot of fun. Just really a lot of fun indeed. So some observations and cheeky themes. What are these ads telling us about retail in 2025? First observation is characters still rule. We've got Kevin, Katie and Collie Dog, the BFG and the Naughty Giant, Puss in Boots. Because people are remembering faces even if the faces are on a vegetable. The other one, and this one I think brings home to me a successful advert, is that purpose matters. When Sainsbury's and Comic Relief come together, they've got emotional storytelling and real-world impact. That is sufficient to convince me to maybe even, if I wasn't going to already, spend with Sainsbury's, because I feel that this advert tells me when you buy your Christmas meals with us, you will get to be able to see the benefit of your spend or your profit going towards something really positive. So it makes it easy for me to do a good thing. And I think also when I come onto Argos, obviously Sainsbury's incorporate Argos and they can bounce off each other there. But meanwhile, I think nostalgia's a bit tricky unless you hit the absolute right age group, because I don't know that song. Now, I'm too old probably, or I just missed it in my youth. So John Lewis, abstract, divided audience. I don't think the younger people will know either. And I feel like John Lewis has got so much to say. They've got the story about how great their after-sales service is, how much effort they put into giving good on-the-shop floor service and curating the sale, not selling what they want to sell just because it makes them more money, but selling, ethically, what people need. So if granny comes in and granddaughter or grandson has asked for a particular piece of tech and they don't understand what it's all about, then the person on the shop floor in John Lewis is that person that can guide them, advise them. I'd have done more with storytelling if it was down to me, but then I'm not an advertising agency. Maybe somebody knows something I don't, but that's not going to make me go to John Lewis this year, despite the fact apparently they've got a special edition of that vinyl out. Then you've got humour and mischief selling. So that mixes, the TUI elves, I love. They're so much fun. And Dawn French in the traffic jam. And then also the little Asda's, the cheeky but value antics. I think that's all good fun. But the standout for me are the TUI elves. They're making me think, why am I sat here in this cold, dark, miserable weather when I could be on a beach? And the elves are inspiring me to want to book a holiday. And with the traffic jam, because they focus into the food, that makes me think, I might pop down to M&S and get a couple of those nice nibbly bits, get some friends over before going out for New Year or something, have some canapes. I mean, I'm quite tempted by the fish and chip bites and so on. So they've done a really good job of integrating the food into the story. And that also is an advert that makes me think I need to pop in and have a look. Whereas I can't say that unless I want to buy a Kevin the Carrot ring thing, that I have any overwhelming extra desire to go to Aldi because of the advert than any other desire I had to go to Aldi before. Sainsbury's, yes, they've piqued my interest. TUI and M&S. And then back to my point about Argos. So Argos is a straight shooter and straight shooters win. It says, we have what you need. It's simple and honest. But the point is, Argos is within Sainsbury's. So you can say, you've got everything we need. You come and click and collect or whatever. But you're already then in a Sainsbury's. So the two are bouncing off each other. And hopefully the footfall between the two will then benefit each. more than it would have done. So there's a synergy there. Come to Argos to pick up everything you need, but while you're there, buy your food from Sainsbury's. Come to Sainsbury's to buy your food, but while you're there, you might as well pick up from Argos. It works well. Anyway, so there you have it. This year we've got Kevin proposing, the BFG saving dinners, dads unwrapping vinyls, elves on shelves on the beach, and a small kid with apparently money and the ability to wander off by himself, defying all retail logic. We've got a wink of value from Lidl and Asda. So 2025, it's chaotic, clever, and a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, pretty good though. Pretty good. There are a few retailers there that I would go to as a result of their advertising campaign. So there we have it. Happy Christmas. Happy retail. Remember, if you see a carrot on a plate before Boxing Day, it's probably all Aldi's fault. Thank you for listening. I'm Claire Bailey, the retail champion, and this has been a fun, festive edition of Retail Reckoning.
Yeah, retail reckoning. No space for dusty shelves. 'Cause retail reckoning owns the floor.